Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for hitting that play button for another episode of the Heady podcast, where I am on a mission to encourage 1 million teachers weekly. And so on today's episode, I want to be able to share with parents. This is for parents out there. I went and asked some of my favorite teachers to reach out to some of their favorite teachers and ask the question, and I wanted them to answer the question as well. What should parents expect on the first week of school? During the first week of school, what is something that we should expect? And so I had a whole bunch of the teachers respond, and so I'm so excited about being able to share this list of things that teachers said we should be aware of on the first week of school. So I said, give me one thing. This is the way the question goes. Give me one thing parents should know for the first week of school. And so, are you ready? So hopefully that teachers, if you're a teacher and you're listening to this, share this with parents. Share this with parents. Parents, if you're a parent, share this with your parents. Share this with your friends who are parents, because we want to know how to best serve our students. So our children who are in school, we want to best serve them. And I just think these are some things that we should be mindful of. So Donna Cambrice at Smyrna Primary School, maybe I won't say the last name. Scratch that. I don't think it matters, does it? It doesn't matter, right? They're school teachers. They're public school teachers. These are public school teachers, most of these people. So Donna said this: parents, teachers, and students are emotional due to it being the first week of school, and also change is happening. So let's all work together and get through it with patience, communicating, asking questions, smiling, and even a hug if needed. Thank you, Donna, for letting us know these things. So I love that she says, hey, remember, this is an emotional time. It's the first week of school. So everybody just chill. Emotions is going to be running high. So just be aware of that. So John from Mayfield Trojans. So John said this. John said, don't worry. Everything is going to be all right. We all got this together. So John is giving this like, hey, remember, we're all in this together. Everything's going to be fine. Calm down. Thank you so much, John. We appreciate that. Rachel McDowell from Dundon Elementary. This is in Dundon, Florida. Am I saying that right? I will mess something up. Rachel, so sorry if I'm not saying this right, but Rachel said, get your child to bed early so they are ready for success. That first week of school, actually you should be starting now if your kid's not already in school. This may be the first week of school already for some of you, but hopefully you started getting your kids going to bed early before the first week of school. So get them some rest, Rachel said. Get them some rest. Karen of Dundon Elementary said, keep it chill. Let kids wear what they are comfortable in and express themselves, even if you don't necessarily agree with the style. As long as it is school appropriate, it's good. So don't sweat what they're going to wear. As long as it's school appropriate, let your children wear what they feel the most comfortable in, okay? This will allow for them to have a first great week instead of having meltdowns, because when they go to school, they've been fighting with you, the parent, because they didn't want to wear what you wanted them to wear. So Kim Hinkle here in my local town says this: there will probably not be a lot of academics going on the first week of school. Talk to your child every day. Ask them questions about what they did in class, who they sat by during lunch, and who they played with at recess. I love those questions. I love asking my children questions when they get home from school, even though my children are now online and they're not in the traditional settings of school. But man, I can remember whenever my kids would come home, I would ask them all sorts of questions, and these are a lot of the kind of questions that I would ask them. So I really, really love this. And I don't know if I said where Kim is at Fogarty Elementary in Guthrie, America, right here in my favorite town. Amy Engel, also at Fogarty, said, don't stress, it's going to be a great year. So have that mindset that this is going to be a great year. Don't stress it. Everything's going to work out. Now, this doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be a great year. Susan said this at Guthrie Up Elementary School. Again, another school here in my town. But I feel like these can go for all over, regardless of where your kids are going to school. I think these things all could, they all apply. Doesn't matter where your kids get. Now, there may be some things based on the culture or whatever the case may be, that some of these, but I think for the most part, I like these, all right? So Susan said, patience and grace. Please have both patience and grace with all the staff and buses. It will take a few days for everything to run smoothly. We are a growing school district. It takes a few days to get everything dialed in. So Guthrie, where I'm living, the school district is growing. So if you're in a school district that's growing, this is something to be mindful of, that it is growing. And so things are everybody's trying to get adjusted to the growth. So thank you very much, Susan. I like that. Hey, Justin Stevenson lives in my town, but he's a teacher and coach out in Putnam City North, which is kind of in the Oklahoma City metro area. He says, give me one. I asked him the question, give me one thing parents should know for the first week of school. He says that we're in this together. He says the same thing that another teacher said earlier. We're in this together. Remember that we're working together. We are not at war with one another. Teachers, support staff, bus driver, all these people, us as parents, we're all working together to serve our children. I really, really like that. So there are several here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add these into a blog post or something like that, and we'll share these at some point. If you don't get them as soon as you watch this video, I will make these available. So follow me on social media so you'll know whenever I put these out. Here's one more from Vanjie Goddard, who is at Guthrie Elementary School, again here in my community. She says, relax, everything will be okay. We'll take great care of your kiddos. So she wants you to know that your kiddos, the first week of school, are in great hands, okay? So thank you so much. If there's something, if you're a teacher or parent, and you're like, hey, here's something else that I've learned as a parent that you should be mindful of the first week of school, share that in the comments. We'd love to hear from you because, again, we're all in this together. But I just thought I would share a few things. I asked a few teachers that question. What is something that we should expect the first week of school, be mindful of? And so thank you to all you teachers who shared. Hey, be looking for my ebook. When you listen to this, I don't know if it's out yet, but be on the lookout for it if it is not out yet. And thank you so much. Follow me on social media. I am on a mission to encourage 1 million teachers weekly. Help me make that happen. Share all of my social and everything with teachers, also with support staff, with people who are supporting teachers. I want to have conversations with all of them because I believe in these conversations we can encourage teachers. And so I'm on a mission. Thank you again for hitting that play button for another episode of the Heady Coleman Podcast. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, as always, go win.